Welcome back, everybody. We are here today to find out the 18 cultural differences between the USA and Europe by Drew Binsky. I know this guy, not by person, but by YouTube. He has traveled every single country in the world, and he will explain us something. Yeah, I've never been to the US. Still, I want to go to see the cultural differences myself. But until then, I have to be satisfied with watching YouTube with you guys. So let's go.
The USA and Europe are similar in size, population, standard of living, and lifestyle. But as an American...
Lies. Standard of living is shit in the USA. So he's already wrong.
Myself, after spending more than 1 year of my life in Europe and visiting every single country on the continent, there are some major cultural differences that need to be addressed. Bonjour! Disclaimer. I know it's impossible to group Europe into one category, so these are general realizations that may not exist in every European country. Here are 18 cultural differences that Europe has over the USA. Second bourgeois in Paris. Is that okay? 1. Pay to use public toilets. It's not free to pee or do your business in public. You have to pay usually €1 to use the bathroom, even if it's just to wash your hands.
Does that mean you have to not pay in the USA? Well, that's actually great. Yeah, I hate paying for that.
2. Water is not free. When you order water in a restaurant, it usually comes in a tiny glass bottle and costs €2 to €5. They love sparkling water too, so make sure to tell them you want still water. Can I get a
That is
still water, please? Travel tip.
That is actually not true. In Europe, if you ask for like tap water, they will give it to you. Like there's a few restaurants where they like are snobs and they don't want to give it to you because they want to sell you stuff. But like in 80% of the restaurants, I would say they will give you tap water. Yeah, they will not like it to give it to you, but they will give it to you.
Carry around an empty water bottle and fill it up in sinks or public fountains. It's all purified. 3. Every city has history. In America, we don't have much to talk about before the 17th century. In Europe, some castles are 500 years older than the US even became a country. 4. They
True.
drive less. Public transportation is everywhere and efficient in Europe, and most cities are pedestrian and bike friendly. There's really no need for a car, and gas is too expensive anyways. 5. Sports are...
That is very true. And that is one of the best things about living in Europe. Is the public transport.
Not a family affair. In the States, we pregame and drink beers and tailgate for sports games with our families and friends. In Europe, sports aren't such big events, except for soccer, which they love. 6. Smaller food portions. This is the size of a normal meal in Europe. And this is a standard Coke. Also...
What? That was no standard Coke. What is that? 100 milliliters? That is not a standard Coke. Lies. Standard Coke here is 200 milliliters, okay?
Also, ketchup is not free and comes in glass bottles. Seriously? 7. Cigarettes...
I've never seen ketchup in a glass bottle. And I have traveled almost all of Europe. What the fuck? And it is most of the time free.
7. Cigarettes are fashionable. They aren't so looked down upon among Europeans either. I guess they don't have the DARE program in Europe. In other words,
What's the
smoking
DARE
equals
program?
cool. 8. They dress nicer. They don't just throw on basketball shorts, a university t-shirt, and sandals. Sup, dude?
He dares calling that an outfit? Pathetic.
They always dress to impress. And about those haircuts. 9.
What is wrong with this haircut? It's a man bun. It's fashionable. Are you kidding me? He's making me angry.
Those haircuts. 9. They can speak multiple languages. It's not uncommon to meet Europeans who speak 4, 5, or 6 languages fluently.
This beer is very good.
That is true.
Das Bier ist ausgezeichnet. To pivo je výborný. Je to pivo очень вкусное.
He's just counting the cheers, the Prost. You know, I can say cheers in 20 languages. Doesn't make me fluent in it.
To pivo je veľmi dobré.
10. They recycle more. Metal cans, plastic, paper, bottles. Europeans recycle more and take better care of their environment. In Germany, the government incentivizes you with 25 cents for returning an empty bottle. Empty water bottles can make you rich in Germany. Many Americans... Americans seem to throw trash on the streets without thinking about the consequences. 11.
You know, this like empty bottle 25 cents deposit was the best thing the government did in a long time, you know. It is good for the environment and it is good for the homeless people who collect these bottles, and they have something to do, not just sit around and die, and they can buy food with that. So it's a win-win for everybody. Yeah.
Coins actually matter. Don't lose your euros. This handful of coins is 20 euros or 24 US dollars. If these were quarters, it'd be about $3. See the difference? 12. Toilets have 2 buttons. This makes a lot more sense, right? Big ones for poop, small ones for pee, to save a lot of water every flush. Also, bathroom sinks are tiny.
What is this sink? I have never seen a sink like that in Europe. Maybe in Japan. What is this crap?
13. Electric cars. It's more and more common to drive small electric cars in Europe. Once again, better for the environment. And you can pull into these parking spaces and you charge it. It's so simple. 14. Fewer
That
trash
was not a
cans.
small
I never
car.
had this problem back home, but in Europe, it always seems like there's a trash can every 2 miles. But believe it or not, the streets are clean. 15. Street signs are tricky. Can't find the street sign? Look on the building. It's usually there. 16. Dinner is an all-night activity. Expect to spend 3 or more hours schmoozing and eating with your friends at the dinner table. In the US, if we wait more than 5 minutes to get our check, we talk to the manager. Don't be in a hurry if you're going to dinner with Europeans. 17. They love the outdoors. You'll notice this by seeing tons of parks and outdoor cafes all over Europe. They love their leisure time and they don't use their phones as much as we do. 18. Longer vacations.
That has changed. People use their phones all the time, everywhere. It's horrible.
Vacation. Many European countries, like France, have 6 or more weeks of vacation, or holiday as I call it. In the US, 2 weeks would be generous. So, what do you...
2 weeks would be generous. How can you call yourself a great country? That sounds like hell. Who wants to have only 2 weeks of holiday? I would rather live off benefits than have only 2 weeks of holiday, to be honest, yeah.
What do you guys think? Did I miss anything on this list? I'd love to know your thoughts.
Well, thanks, Drew. You got most of the things right. Some were very wrong and made me angry. But hey, you can't get everything right because you probably have spent like one day in each of those countries, because how else would you be able to travel all the countries in the world? You couldn't possibly spend much time there, right? But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, go subscribe to Drew Binsky. I can't wait to travel to the US myself and make fun the other way around, you know. I like to make fun of the US, obviously, but of course I am making as much fun of Europe, because nobody is perfect, except for Trump. See you tomorrow, guys.